Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Richard Brake. I'm the headmaster at St. Michael Academy, and I want to thank you for your interest in our school and for your interest in our online learning initiative. Well, I just wanted to let you know that during this time where the schools have been closed by the order of the governor, we've decided to continue our instruction online, and so we're doing online lectures, and the kids are logging on and doing all of that kind of distance learning. And we thought that it might be a good idea for prospective families, if you're interested in learning more about our school, to actually put these online. So obviously you've found us, so thank you. And give you a little teaser in terms of some lectures that we've been doing to demonstrate the kind of education that we're providing students here in northern Michigan. So again, thank you for your interest in our school. Um, and this is a lecture on political economy and really the economic principles and thinking of Adam Smith. I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But before we do that, just a moment of explanation about what our school is about. We like to say that we are a classical Catholic school. So what does that mean? The Catholic part, I guess, sounds pretty straightforward. We teach our kids the truth of the Catholic faith and the teachings of the Catholic faith. I guess one, just addendum to that is um, we are very intentional about how we go about doing that. And as a result, the faith and prayer is really an integral part of all of the day that our kids are at school. So obviously, we're teaching them all the subjects that any typical school would teach them, but we're doing it imbued and infused with the truth of Jesus Christ, and so that. That makes us able to say that we're not only a college prep school, but we're a heaven prep school. So that's the Catholic piece. The classical piece probably would take a little bit longer to go into detail on, but just one way of explaining it is that we are a great book school that teaches our kids the best that's been written, thought, and said in Western civilization. So we have subjects of philosophy, theology, history, literature, along with obviously the math and science and all of the rest. But we teach ordinary, just great kids, but nothing particularly exceptional about them, other than the fact that they are willing to be challenged with this work that really is college level work, and they really take it on, and they have done just tremendously with it. And so it just proves that if you challenge kids, they'll rise to the occasion. So that's the classical piece. And so uh, an example of that is for our seniors, we have them take economics, which is a requirement for the state of Michigan, but we teach it from not just a mathematical perspective, but also on a philosophical level. So we have been introducing them to the economic thinking of Aristotle, Aquinas, Hume, and now we're at Adam Smith, which many people believe is the godfather of modern economics and free enterprise. So we're reading. We read the Theory of Moral Sentiments. A lot of people don't realize that Smith was not just an economist, but a moral philosopher. So he kind of laid the groundwork for his free enterprise system with an idea that human beings actually have to be decent with each other. And he's one of these guys that a lot of people cite, but few have read. So our kids are actually going line by line through this great work called The Wealth of Nations. Um, and in it, economics is the study of scarcity, really. It's the study of trade-offs, opportunity costs, laws of diminishing returns, and these are laws just like the laws of gravity that exist regardless of whether we want them to exist or not. And so, knowing these economic laws really benefit, I think, kids today that are might not understand, like, for example, the difference between what wealth is and what money is. But if you think about what's going on in the world today, boy, do we need good economic policy, and we need kids that understand what economics is. And these are all on display today as as we see the federal government struggle to balance the needs of public health with the clear priority of securing the economic welfare of our families. And so that essential trade-off is something that you're going to learn in a political economy class. Now back to Smith. Um, this section that we're discussing in this online lecture, and one of the things that we do is we just open up the text and we start reading, and because of the depth and just the significance of this work, it doesn't take too long for a passage to spark a conversation about what really is true. And so in this section, he's dealing with the virtues of free trade, the dangers of protectionism, the economic success of the American colonies. So there's a bit of, we can kind of pat ourselves on the back because he's very critical actually of the British government and the way that they were treating the economic freedom of American colonists. And he also has this great section in here about the hubris of politicians picking economic winners and losers. This idea that you're going to favor one firm over another. And there's been a big debate about what should be in this $2 trillion economic stimulus package. And maybe Adam Smith, if he was alive today, he'd say, "Wait a minute, have you read my book? History is repeating itself." So, we've had a lot of debates recently about tariffs, globalism, stimulus packages, Green New Deals, and I think that all of these debates would benefit from not just an echo of Adam Smith, but actually a full-throated cry, because many of his lessons need to be taught today. So with that, hopefully I've piqued your interest. Again, thank you for your interest in our school. And if you want to learn more, you're on their website, but there's information there at www.stmichaelupnorth.org about how to enroll. But just give us a call. We're hoping that we'll be back in school live soon, but we can also enroll over online. So with that, I welcome you to the world of Adam Smith. Thank you very much.